Hey guys, so in today's video we're going to be following on from our previous video, which was the clear coat UV resin on keyrings. Today we're going to try it on Lightbox, and this is one I got off Makerworld. It's a really nice Lightbox. It's up the Jordan F1 logo, and I want to see how it will look with the clear coat on it. Haven't tried it yet, so if it's a success it'll be going up on YouTube. If not, you'll not see it. Let's give it a try. All you'll need is your Lightbox printed out, some Clear UV resin, which is available off Amazon, and a flame of some sort. I've got this little flame torch, it's a cigar lighter or something, and a UV lamp, which I have mounted on the wall. A little bit more prepared today than I was the last day, but you can see there. Okay, so realistically, the last day I was using just the bottle and pouring it straight on. Today I have got some brushes to see if I can get a better finish, so we'll try that and see how it goes. But literally all you're going to be doing is getting your resin, pouring it onto the box, and we can apply it reasonably liberally because it's quite large. And then we'll brush it in so we get a nice even coat. We don't want it overly thick, we just want to give it the glossy finish. And if we don't have enough, we can top it up. And excuse the noise in the background, there is the H2D is printing off a support for the new AMS2 Pro. So if you can hear it, apologies. So you're literally just going to, once you have it on, going to just brush it in. I'm using a foam brush. A regular brush might be better. But again, you literally just want to give a nice even coating, and we don't want to have bubbles in it, so that's what the gas torch is for. It's just going to take the bubbles out of it. It should leave you with a very nice glossy finish. I've been wondering about this now for the last couple of days since I did the keyrings, to see how it'd look on the light boxes, because the light boxes are really nice, but I think this might just make them pop and go from just being a cheap looking light box to being something that's actually really nice. So this isn't looking fantastic yet, but it will. In all the lines that you're putting in it with the brush should fade out as you apply the heat. Again, you can't apply too much heat or you'll warp the light box because it's fairly thin. But you want to get a good even coating over the entire surface, out to the edge. On the keyrings I was leaving this coating about 2 mil thick or so, but I don't want this to be any more than maybe a millimeter max. It's really just for the shine. On the keyrings it kind of give a little bit of support. So almost there. It's actually quicker with the brush than it was just applying with the bottle. So I'm just going to make sure I have the whole thing covered. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but there are loads of bubbles in this. That's it. Pretty much done, right? So don't think there's any bubbles or gaps. Maybe a tiny bit of one there. If you have a gap after, you can always go back and touch it back up again. It should be fine. Once you've that done, you want to get your gas torch and give it a very light lick over it, and you'll see the bubbles all start to disappear. Hopefully you can see it here in this reflection, right? Again, if you see any hollow spots after you've this done, add a little bit more resin in your business. So I'm missing a little bit up here on the wings. And a tiny bit here on the Jordan logo itself. So again, brush it out to get it even. I've done no prep to this at all, just took it off the printer and applying this. So hopefully it doesn't have any negative effect to the finish. Again, a final lick of heat just to make sure it's done. That's looking really, really good. So once you've that done, stick it under your UV light. Give me a second. I'm going to just flick it on and leave it there for about 3 minutes or so, and we'll cut back to when it's done. Okay, so while we're waiting on that to cure, I'm going to make a start at the LED strip for inside it. And you can buy these LED strips on Amazon. They're an LED cob strip. They come with a power supply and all, but they're 5 meter length and you can cut it every inch or so. So what we're going to do is just roll it off. And you can get these other connectors separate on Amazon as well. They're USB power supply with the lead, bare lead. So essentially we're going to cut this strip to the length required for the light. Solder this connection onto the strips onto these pads, red to positive, black to negative, and that'll give us our light. We can slap it on then on the inside of the light and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so we'll make a start on this. So you need to bring your light cable through the back of the lamp box. So to solder on these connectors, you're going to need yourself a soldering iron. I'm using a gas one. You'll need some solder. It's pre-fluxed. You'll need your strip. I'm going to just tape this down to this so that it's easy to work on while I'm filming. And you'll need your USB power cable. Okay, so once your soldering iron is up to temperature, you want to go and heat the pads. Like so. So just hold your cable down, positive, the red to positive, which you can see here it's marked every inch, positive 5 volts. Okay, once you're happy that your connection is soldered on, we'll measure it up against the lamp itself. See how much length it needs. So my light's coming in this bottom left hand corner. So we'll be pulling this light back and start around here somewhere. So you're just going to measure it roughly around the border to see how much you need. And then we'll cut it before we apply it. Again, if it's too little, it doesn't really matter, it'll not be noticed, there'll be that much light inside in it. It'll give off a nice glow, or should. it finishes just nicely on a cut mark. So it's actually no harm to go and plug it in before you assemble it, or glue it in case there's a problem with the LED strip, just to check it. There's no missing spots. We're good. So you're going to remove the blue backing off the adhesive and start by sticking it down in this near corner where the cable comes in. And you don't want peeling all the blue plastic off, because otherwise it will stick to everything on you. Let's just peel it off as you need. This adhesive strip seems to be reasonably good quality. I don't think it'll come off, but if you're sealing up the Lightbox permanently, I suggest you put some hot glue or something on the strip at a few points around it, just to make sure it doesn't come loose once it's glued together. Because otherwise you've just wasted your box, because you'll see the light strip hanging loose inside as it glows. And these light boxes are really easy to make if you go onto the Makerlab site on Makerworld, which is Bamboo's website. You simply put in your image and give it the specs of what depth and stuff you want, and it creates the box itself as a printable file, and you can send it straight to your printer from the app, which is absolutely brilliant. And as you can see, that just finishes almost exactly where it started. So I'm just going to stick the back onto that. I'm not going to stick this one in. It should be fine as it is for the time being. So once it's cured, this is what you're left with. I think it looks absolutely deadly. There's a few minor little imperfections, but to be honest with you, you'll never see it. And if we light it up, turn off these other lights. I think that is really, really good. Anyway, I'll leave a link in the description for the resin and the LED strips and leads and stuff if anyone wants to use the same or whatever. And again, drop a comment if you have any questions. I'll answer if I can. Might even leave a link to this model if anyone wants to try it. It looks deadly. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye-bye.